Hello friends! Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. I'm so happy you decided to join us today as we are continuing on with our custodial series. Now in our last custodial video, I said that I was only going to have one more in this series and it's going to be the Q&A. Well, when I got done filming the what to expect video, I just got to thinking that I kind of ended it on a negative note, and that last video just had more the negative side to custodial, and I really wanted to show people the positive side of the custodial role. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, all of the exciting things that you get to do and experience as a custodian, and show you the fun side of the job. And exciting news is that exactly a month from today, I will be on an airplane headed to Florida. I'm super excited. I am so close, guys. I can see the finish line. I'm so excited. That said, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. The button's just right down there, so you can see all of my fun Disney videos that will be coming up in just a month. Not even a few short months, just 1 month. Don't forget to comment any questions you may have down below for the Q&A video, or even if you just have questions about the program itself. Go ahead and leave those down below and I will totally get you an answer. Alright, well, let's jump into this video. So for me personally, one of the things that I think is the best part about the custodial role is the freedom. And I know I've heard it talked about a little bit, but I don't think people really talk about it much. You really do have a lot of freedom when you are a custodian at Disney. So you're not standing in one position all day. You're not standing there pushing buttons. You're not constantly saying the same thing over and over. If you're streets, you are out walking. You have your area. You're just out walking it, talking to people. You know, you don't have someone hovering over you all the time. And for me, that's one of the biggest reasons why I actually wanted to be a custodian, is just knowing all the freedom that we would have. I don't do too well when I have to just stand in one place and like repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. So for me, I knew attractions would not be well for me. I would have crashed and burned in attractions. It would not have worked out very well. So I knew going into custodial that the freedom was going to be like the cherry on top of the job. Like, it would have made the job worth it for me. And it's so true. You do have so much freedom. Even when you're working restrooms, like, you are stuck in that one restroom, but still you don't have someone breathing down your neck the whole time. Your managers and your leaders will walk through and check your restrooms from time to time throughout the shift. And you do have a companion in your restroom, which actually will lead me to my second reason why custodial is bomb. So going into being custodian, I was kind of worried about making friends on the job, because I did know that, you know, it's not like a job where you're all clustered together at once. You're always spread out. Maybe you run into people in the break room, maybe not. So I was kind of worried about making friends. But honestly, you make friends so easily. It's actually surprising how easy it is to make friends, like, in the custodial role. One of the easiest ways to do that is because when you are in a restroom, usually a majority of the restrooms have a joint stockroom where the male and the female custodian both use that stockroom for their supplies. And that is when you get to know people. That's when you can really talk to people, get to know them, because you're stuck with them for like 8 hours, if not longer. And the third reason why I think custodial is awesome is because you get to pick and choose your breaks, with an exception. You don't always get to pick and choose when you take your breaks unless you are in restrooms. Restrooms, you pretty much make your schedule for the day. As a custodian, and then this goes for Magic Kingdom, you get 15-minute breaks and 45-minute breaks. And if you're working a super long shift, you get a 30-minute break on top of that. Here in the restrooms, you choose when you want to take those breaks, which it's nice because you and your companion can go and take them together if you wanted, so you have some on your breaks. Oftentimes when I was in restrooms, if a bunch of my friends were working, or one of my friends were working in restrooms, whatever, we would correspond when we take our breaks together. That way we knew there'd be someone else eating lunch or having their break at the same time, and you know you have a friend there. So that's another perk of being a custodian, is being able to pick and choose your breaks and lunches when you are in restrooms. And the fourth reason, I think we're on number 4, is pin trading. I know a lot of other roles do pin trading, but I feel like for a custodian, we do have so much freedom, so we can just stop and talk to that person. It's not just like a quick pin trade, all right, now move on. We get to stop and really have a conversation with who we're pin trading with, and, you know, ask them, oh, why did you want this pin, or are you looking for any sets, or how long have you been pin trading, just stuff like that. I will never forget, I met this little boy, I think it was like his third or fourth birthday, and he had just started pin trading that day, and I had a pin from Cars, and he was obsessed with Cars, and that's the one he wanted. I had mystery pins on mine as well, and that is when a cast member has some pins flipped over so you can't see them. A lot of cast members will do like trivia, and that's how you get the pin, or it's kind of like you take a chance. If you like it, cool. If you don't, well, you get another trader type. And I knew that I had another pin from Cars in my mystery pin, and so I got to make a magical moment for this little boy and give him this Cars pin, and his face, oh my goodness, I will never forget the way his face lit up. He was the sweetest, sweetest thing. Ugh. I think that was like my first 2 weeks of work too. But anyways, just moments like that where you really just get to sit down, not sit down, but you know what I mean, just stand there and really talk to people and get to know them and their story. Which it's just an awesome thing to me, which is another big reason why I wanted Custodial, is because of the guest interaction. The fifth reason, you can actually walk people to locations that they want to go as a custodian. So say you're in Tomorrowland and these people want to know where Dumbo is. We'll just throw that out there. Instead of just pointing on a map and giving them directions and going on your way, as a custodian, you have the ability to walk them to Dumbo instead, which is awesome. I love being able to walk people to locations that they were looking for. Always make sure you let your coordinator or leader know that you're going first so that they know you're not going to be in your area. Typically, your coordinators and leaders are totally fine with that. You're just walking over there. I've never had a coordinator or leader tell me it's not okay. In fact, when I was doing my training, they encouraged it. Just always make sure you let your coordinator or leader know that you're going to be going in the first place. But it's just such a fun way to be able to interact with guests and kind of get you out of, you know, your routine of your job a little bit. And cleaning, you don't have to clean when you're walking someone over to a location. So it's just an awesome way to have some guest interaction. And another reason, I believe we're number 7, why being custodian is awesome. This is actually going to pertain to only Fantasyland cast members, custodial cast members, is that you have the chance to work inside Cinderella's castle. There is a restroom, very tiny restroom, up in Cinderella's royal table at the restaurant, and if you are a Fantasyland custodial cast member, it might be your job to go up and clean it. And as weird as it sounds, like to be excited to clean a restroom, so when I first started working, I was going through all my training, you didn't know exactly where you were working yet. I really wanted Main Street. Just whenever I pictured myself cleaning, I pictured it in front of the castle on Main Street. And when I found out I got East, which is Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, I was actually a little disappointed because I had just spent the last 6 months dreaming of cleaning trash in front of the castle on Main Street. So I was slightly disappointed until I was talking to some people who were the trainers and stuff. And they said, well, you love The Little Mermaid, right? And I was like, well, yeah, it's my favorite. I don't hide that I love Little Mermaid. And they said, well, you get the whole area of Ariel. And that was exciting. And then I found out that we actually get to clean inside the castle, sort of. You get to clean the restroom. And as silly as it sounds, that made me really excited about where I was going to be working, is knowing that every once in a while I got to go up the stairs to the castle and walk right inside and clean the restroom. And if you've never been inside the restroom, it's actually gorgeous. Like, it's really, really pretty. It was one of my favorites. There's always really good air conditioning in there too, so that was nice. And the last and probably best reason why being custodian is awesome is water art. Oh my Lanta, water art. I'm sure you've seen it or at least heard of it before, and water art is exactly what it sounds like. It is art made out of water on the ground in Disney World. And that is something only custodians can do. No other role in all of Disney gets to do water art. It is only for custodians, and that is so cool that as a custodian you're the only person or only role that gets to do water art. And trust me, you're gonna want to do it. I cannot draw to save my life. Like, ask anybody, I can't even draw a stick figure. My roommate Colleen, she got trained for water art like her first month or something in the program, and so she came back and she had all the drawings and she was trying to teach me how to do them, and oh my Lanta, it was awful. Like, ask her, it was so bad. So I always told myself, oh, I don't really want to learn because I know I'm bad, like I don't really want to, but deep down I was like dying to know how to do it. Like, I wanted to learn so bad. And it's something you have to be trained in. You can't just like, oh, I know how to draw Mickey, let me do it on the ground. No, you have to be trained, you have to be approved to be able to do it. And for Tomorrowland, they were kind of taking a while to train people, like so long that I got there in beginning of January 2016, and I did not get trained until November of 2016, and the last day of my program was December 2nd. So I didn't really get to do my water art very long, but it was such a magical experience every time I did. Different locations train differently, like time-wise. Matt works at Animal Kingdom. He got trained, I think, the first few months of being there, like the first month or two. Colleen got trained the first month and she was at Animal Kingdom. I have two friends that worked on Main Street, and they actually both got trained the day of their normal training is when they got trained in water art. So it really just depends. And the only reason why I even got trained is because I just kept asking leaders and asking leaders and asking leaders. And it became a thing where a lot of people wanted to get trained in water art, so they opened up a lot of classes towards the end of my program. And so for people who were just coming in, like they were getting trained at the beginning of the program, but for me it was way towards the end of my program. But if you ever get the opportunity to get trained in water art, seriously do it. Like even if you think you suck at drawing and you don't think you'd ever be able to do it, please at least try to get trained. You will not regret it. I remember I was drawing Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. I was drawing all three next to each other. And I heard this little girl behind me, she's like, "Mommy, look, she's such a good artist." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, child, if you only knew how bad I am at drawing." Like, it's so funny. The feeling you get when you're on your own little world and you look up and there's a group of 30 people watching you. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but it's so awesome at the same time. And it was so much fun when Matt would work over in Tomorrowland and we would do water art together. I do Minnie and he'd do Mickey, and we'd do like a heart around him, and oh my gosh, it's just so much fun. So seriously, if you ever get a chance to get trained in water art, please, please, please do it. Again, even if you think you suck, like, go get trained, try to get trained. You will not regret it. It's seriously so much fun. And the more you practice, the better you get. Because as time went on, I definitely got better. And even now, I'll find myself drawing on the back of like receipts at a restaurant or something, and I'll draw the Mickey on there and give it to him. And I love water art. Something I'm gonna miss while being character done is water art. Alright guys, well I think that's all I have for today's video. I hope this gave you a little bit more insight of the magical side of being a custodial cast member instead of just the downside. Don't forget, if this is your first time tuning into our custodial series, go ahead and take a look at the other videos I've done. I will have the whole playlist linked down below in the description box and probably at the end of this video as well. Thank you so much you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for the Q&A. And I will see you in my next video. Have a magical week, guys.